Slides, you're going to evaluate the current progress of the Everglades restoration because these slides are 10 years old now. So ideally, there was some work. This was sort of my extended essay in college, I guess you could consider it that, for my restoration ecology class. And this was one where I knew which topic I didn't want to do, but I didn't know what my research question was going to be. So I just read about the topic a bunch, and then one day I was reading about the hydrology and everything fell into place. So yeah, you can always do research even if you don't know your research question.
Did you go to the Everglades?
Oh, I have been, but I did not go there for this research, but I went after. Anyone else been to the Everglades?
Not yet. To Hawaii?
Highly recommend. What about South Florida?
Yes.
Miami, Orlando,
Yes.
Disney World?
Yes.
So Orlando would be kind of up here. Miami is this big gray on the side right here. And then Everglades National Park in the middle. Yes. So the natural hydrology here. Honestly, it's my favorite hydrology in the country. It's so cool. They would call it a river of grass because it was basically like a 60-mile wide, 100-mile long river where the water would flow like 2 feet a day to the ocean. And then so really, really wet in the summer, drier in the winter. Huh?
That's not very many feet, right?
No, yeah, really slow flowing. So that sort of looks like a swamp, right? But like it's actually a moving river, which is really cool. Yeah, like all the water would flow into Lake Okeechobee, and then the lake would just overflow on the side here, and that's where the Everglades would sort of form. But that would leave a quarter of the peninsula flooded year round, and create lots of habitats like obviously the river of grass, but also some cypress woodlands and some mangrove forests. And all of these determined by, anyone can tell which factor is changing here?
Water.
The water level, exactly. So as you go to slightly deeper water, you'll get different types of habitats. Wet prairie versus sawgrass marshes, freshwater swamps, the hardwood trees up on the higher elevation. What's our ecological term here? Starts with a Z.
Zonation.
This would be zonation, yeah.
Yeah.
And then so here's where all those habitats are too, from above. Kalen's brother worked here at Big Cypress, so that was where we drove out to. It was very cool. But this was all developed, obviously, Miami exists. So they built 1,400 miles of canals. They established some water conservation areas, some agricultural areas, and then obviously Miami. So we turned all of this habitat into this type of thing, and all of this into this. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Yeah, right? Opposite problem of having way too much water or you're trying to build your houses. And I just love the juxtaposition of this picture to seeing both.
So strange. I like floating little neighborhoods.
There we go.
That's crazy.
So here's the current flows of hydrology. You can see how now they're just trying to get rid of a lot of water because they don't want it flowing through Miami. And so we're going to use, oh yeah, here's another overview historically, and then you can see like the water conservation areas here.
Oh, look at all
Look at all
that Miami.
of that Miami. Great, and then Everglades National Park is down here. We're going to look, before we look, we're going to talk about the restoration project. This was the largest one in history in our country. Passed in 2000 with a 30-year implementation plan, so they should be finishing soon. $10 billion. Army Corps of Engineers was their primary government organization. And we're going to look at 4 examples of this, and we're going to look at 4 birds which highlight each of these aspects of hydrology. But before we do that, we should look at the IUCN factors for conservation status. You should draw these either on a whiteboard or on your notebook, your choice. You can see my table on the front board there. I have these factors listed: population size, degree of specialization. And then I have 4 spaces next to it for the 4 species that we're going to look at.
So let's see, can I do a little